Hey everyone, welcome back. A deadly storm was coming, and only one person saw it coming. Let's dive in. Karen had always been known throughout Maple Grove as the embodiment of relentless perfectionism, enforcing strict community rules about mailbox heights, fence colors, and meticulous lawn care. Neighbors often joked about her rigid standards, quietly groaning whenever they spotted her, walking purposefully down their manicured streets, clipboard in hand, and eyes scanning every flaw. But beneath this seemingly impenetrable exterior lay an extraordinary past, one hidden from even her closest acquaintances. Before her tenure as the feared HOA president, Karen had been a respected meteorologist renowned for her bold predictions and unwavering accuracy. She once chased tornadoes across the Midwest, faced hurricanes on coastal frontlines, and stood bravely amidst howling blizzards. Her keen understanding of weather patterns was matched only by her meticulous attention to detail, traits she carried forward into every aspect of her current life. On an otherwise calm Monday morning, Karen sat in her orderly home office, a room dominated by wall-mounted weather monitors, radar screens, satellite imagery, and precise weather instruments. Every piece of equipment hummed quietly, displaying complex data streams she effortlessly interpreted. As she sipped her morning coffee, Karen's trained eyes caught an anomaly, a subtle but rapidly intensifying atmospheric disturbance deep in the northern regions, barreling towards Maple Grove. It appeared initially benign, merely another cold front according to the National Weather Service's official reports. Yet Karen sensed differently. A quiet urgency gripped her as she meticulously cross-referenced multiple models and data sets, realizing the truth. The incoming weather phenomenon was a once-in-a-century polar vortex, capable of plunging the town into deadly sub-zero temperatures and crippling snowstorms. Immediately, Karen rushed to warn the local authorities. Standing in the town hall's spacious but overly warm conference room, she laid out her findings with the careful precision of her scientific background. But instead of gratitude or even cautious consideration, the room echoed with skeptical laughter and polite dismissals. Mayor Thompson, a man more concerned with public image than preparedness, waved off her warnings. Karen, the national forecasts are completely clear. It's barely even a flurry. We appreciate your concern, but don't incite panic over a bit of snow. Embarrassed and frustrated, Karen left the meeting amid quiet chuckles and shaking heads. Still, as she walked home through the idyllic streets, she knew the truth, and the looming disaster only sharpened her resolve. Years earlier, haunted by memories of storms she'd witnessed devastate unprepared communities, Karen had discreetly invested her own savings into emergency shelters. Hidden beneath public parks and seemingly ordinary parking lots were reinforced. Insulated bunkers stocked meticulously with survival supplies, generators, fuel, blankets, medical kits, emergency food, water filtration systems, and advanced communication devices. These shelters were linked by a covert network of emergency sirens disguised as decorative lampposts, which Karen alone could activate from her personal office. For years, neighbors had unknowingly walked above these secret havens, blissfully unaware of the immense protective infrastructure lying dormant beneath their feet. As the fateful day arrived, the sky above Maple Grove darkened menacingly, swiftly transforming from a gentle gray to a pitch-black abyss. A powerful gust shook the trees violently, and then the storm descended. In mere minutes, temperatures plummeted drastically. Streets became rivers of icy sleet, and wind-driven snow blanketed every surface in a thick, relentless shroud. Power lines snapped like fragile threads, plunging homes into frigid darkness. Roads became impassable, buried under enormous snowdrifts. Families huddled inside, panic rising as the icy wind penetrated even insulated walls, their breaths turning to frost in the air. Maple Grove, a town unprepared and caught off guard, faced a peril they had arrogantly dismissed. Just as hopelessness began to creep into their hearts, residents heard an unfamiliar sound, a deep, resonant siren reverberating through the howling blizzard. Doors cautiously opened to reveal a shocking sight. Concealed panels beneath streets and park grounds slid open, illuminating entrances to previously hidden subterranean shelters. Karen's steady voice resonated clearly from emergency loudspeakers. Residents of Maple Grove, Proceed immediately into the underground shelters. Follow the green lights. This is not a drill. Bewildered yet desperate for warmth and safety, neighbors hurriedly gathered their families, venturing cautiously through blinding snow and biting winds towards the illuminated entryways. Once underground, their disbelief swiftly transformed into gratitude and awe. The shelters were spacious, warm, and thoughtfully equipped. Children found comfort in stocked board games and toys, while parents marveled at the abundance of food, fresh water, comfortable beds, and functioning electricity provided by hidden generators. Karen moved quickly between shelters, calmly directing operations, checking on families, and ensuring everyone's safety. Gone was the seemingly rigid HOA president, obsessed with minor infractions. In her place stood a compassionate leader whose precise planning and tireless dedication became clear to everyone. Karen's previous life as a respected meteorologist and emergency preparedness expert now revealed itself brilliantly, illuminating the depth of her genuine care for the community. For 3 arduous days, Maple Grove residents remained safely underground, observing through reinforced windows and broadcast news the severe devastation suffered by neighboring towns. Only then did they fully grasp the magnitude of the catastrophe they had narrowly escaped. News reports showed collapsed buildings, impassable roads, and heartbreaking scenes from areas that hadn't had Karen's foresight. As the storm subsided, families emerged cautiously, grateful tears filling their eyes. Their homes were covered in ice and snow, roofs sagged, and vehicles lay buried, but they were alive and unharmed. The following week, Maple Grove held a special town meeting inside the warmly lit community hall. Mayor Thompson stood humbled before a packed audience, acknowledging Karen's invaluable leadership and publicly apologizing for his earlier dismissiveness. Karen saw what none of us could, he confessed earnestly, voice heavy with remorse. Her warning saved every life in this room, and we owe her an immense debt. Applause erupted spontaneously, echoing warmly throughout the hall. Neighbors who previously groaned at her relentless rule enforcement now saw Karen through changed eyes. No longer a petty overseer, but their vigilant protector, a genuine hero who'd prepared for an unimaginable disaster. Karen returned home later that evening, a gentle snow now softly falling, completely unlike the destructive storm that had passed. Sitting quietly at her desk, she smiled softly, deeply fulfilled by the community's newfound unity and gratitude. Her meticulous planning, rooted in years of misunderstood caution, had finally borne fruit in the most critical moment. Maple Grove, once skeptical and resistant, had grown stronger and closer because of her quiet determination. Karen, once the target of ridicule, had proven herself invaluable and respected, forever changing the perception of HOA leadership in their tranquil town. As she switched off her monitors that night, Karen allowed herself a contented sigh. The storm had passed, her neighbors were safe, and the town she loved had finally embraced the truth she'd always known, that meticulous care, preparation, and unwavering dedication to community safety could, quite literally, save the world around them. And that's how the woman everyone doubted became the hero no one expected. Karen's secret plan saved Maple Grove from a disaster no one saw coming. What would have happened if she hadn't prepared? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more incredible tales just like this one. See you in the next video.